how has it been like living in your skin color? That's the first question here.
As you can hear, I'm not originally from Vancouver. I'm actually from London, and it's an area, or there's a lot of Africans there. So you don't really feel like a minority in London per se, because you see a lot of people that look like you. You know that there's racism and it exists, and sometimes there's like overt racism. But moving from London and then moving to Vancouver, it was definitely a shift. Like living in my skin, I never felt more black ever in my life, and I never felt more like a minority ever. And funnily enough, like it was hard. I think I struggled a lot. I think it took me up until probably till 2018 to fully be comfortable in my black skin, because for many years I had been trying to emulate what white people do or what Asian people do, because those were the primary or the most dominant communities or out here. So yeah, living in my skin, it's been a journey. Like I don't think living in black skin is for everybody. You have to be a very strong person to live in black skin, because we don't just face discrimination from white people. We face discrimination from all races, and even people within our own races or within our own race too. So yeah,
that is very true.
Yeah,
very powerful too. And what about you? How has it been like living? Like you said, something about privilege, being a little bit lighter. How has that been on both sides for you?
Definitely, I grew up, like I can definitely resonate what you talk, like when you say like Eurocentric standards, and you know, like that being the standard of beauty. Like even up until now, you know, like there's a higher chance that white models are going to be booked over, like if you're black and you're like, you know, working in the entertainment industry, they're looking for a specific look.
There's a specific type of black. You can't be black with your hair out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
you gotta be Beyonce black.
I remember Zendaya even touching on that, where she was being interviewed as to why she like passed up a role in Black Panther, and she's like, you know, I don't feel like it's right to be cast as a light-skinned woman and fake a Nigerian accent.
Yeah.
You know, it's things like that, where like you really see the privilege. You have a certain look as a black person, okay, you're gonna get booked. But it's not like that for like everyone. But I definitely resonate on like, you know, whitewashing myself like to really fit like a certain standard. I remember like when I started wearing makeup, putting like foundation over like the top layer of my lip to kind of make my lips look smaller. And it's crazy because now girls are getting like injectables, right, to look black, spray tans to look darker, dyeing their hair to like just look more ethnic. But in terms of privilege, my skin, like I am an olive girl. I look like I don't even look African sometimes, and I think like all my life I've kind of had like an identity crisis, because it's like, you know, you're too light skinned for like some black people, and then you're too black for like the white people, and it's just like, where do you put yourself? You know, also with like Filipinos, it's just like I get looked at by like my own community, and they're like, oh my god, you should go back home like to the Philippines and be a star, and they're like, what are you mixed with? But as soon as you say African, like people kind of go like, oh, like, and that's the crazy part, you know. And kind of just like experiencing that polarity, it really throws you into this confusion where it's like, who am I, you know? But I think like finding other like other Africans in this community, like it's really grounded like my identity. I'm like, you know, I understand that I come from like two worlds, but like to really be grounded in like my culture, that I think my dad spent more time like grounding me in like Algerian culture than my mom. Like it feels nice. It feels like I actually am able to like really look at myself for who I am and not just like pick a side. Right. However,
so it's more authentic, it's more genuine.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that must be, that's a very unique experience as well, because there's race, but we don't think about people that are from multi races and how that can be like, again, a lonely place sometimes.